Hello, 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 friends. Come on in. Let me know who you are and where you are coming in from. I know this was a last minute live, but hey, it's what I do, y'all. I am here though. So come on in the room. Let me know who you are, where you're coming in from. We have a very special guest joining us today. So come on in. The system is letting people know that Mrs. Deveter is live. So come, friends. Come on in. Sorry, my setup, trying to get myself together. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Where y'all at? Let somebody know that we're live. Let's see. Waiting for people to come in. It's the wait for me. The system has to let our friends know that we're live. So we'll just wait until they come and join the party. Nobody's here yet. Come on in, y'all. Let me know if you're here. If it's just not showing up on my screen, but let me know if you're here. Come on in. I don't want to sit here and talk to nobody. Where the people at? Where y'all at? Somebody's here. Hello. Come on in. Let your friends know that Mrs. Deveter is live. Come on in. Let me know who you are and where you are coming in from. I know that this was a super late live. I didn't notify you all last night that I was going live today, but I'm here now. So y'all should come and hang out with me. Who's my one person? Come and let me know who you are and where you're coming in from. Today is, what's today? Today is Thursday, October 20th. That means we are like 13 days away from Spooky Day that everybody loves so much. I hope you all have started crocheting your pumpkins and all that good stuff. I tried to make a pumpkin. It didn't work out. It looks like a tangerine, but that's okay. I still love my little pumpkin. Nobody's here. Come on in. I might just bring my guest on and we'll just start chitter-chatting. And those of you who are watching the replay will experience our conversation because I feel like a fool just talking to myself because nobody is here. Where y'all at? People, I'm live and nobody's here. Okay, so Victoria, I am going to bring you on and we are just going to have our conversation and hopefully folks will watch this replay and learn something new about you and just engage in our conversation. That's what we're going to do. So I'm bringing Miss Victoria on. Hello, Miss Victoria.
Hi.
How are you, darling?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Now, introduce yourself to the audience. Let us know who you are and why in the world Mrs. Deveter is chatting with you today.
So I am one of the designers that was featured in the October issue of Crochet Foundry. Yay!
So
I literally
exciting.
love designing for Crochet Foundry. I think that was like maybe my 5th issue that I've been in. So yeah, really happy to keep working with the team.
That is so cool. Tell us a little bit about you, like when you started designing, when you started crocheting, all that. I love a good origin story. So let us know, how you got started, all that good stuff.
I actually started off as a knitter. I think my mum taught me when I was like 13 or my nan taught me when I was 13 to knit, and my mum taught me the very basics of crochet to just go around like the edges. Mm-hmm. So just double crochet. And then I think about 2015, 2016, I started picking it up again to make crochet bikinis. And I would never really go for patterns. So I used to just do everything like by sight and made to measure and for myself, all of that stuff. And then I think I designed my first pattern in 2019. Well, that's when I published it. I think I designed it a little bit before that, but I actually put it into the world in 2019. And then I've been writing up the patterns ever since.
That's so exciting. I always say this, when I speak to most of the people who have patterns in Crochet Foundry, just dove in. You guys just just go straight head first. I'm just going to do this thing. I love that. I love that. So you started making bikinis freehand. Does that mean you did not gauge swatch? You just went for it?
You could, I probably didn't even know what a gauge swatch was back then. Like, I just went for it, and like as soon as I think I got to a good size, I would just hold it up, measure, and then that would be me done. Or I used to use like a measuring tape, so I would make a chain a certain length, which isn't a foolproof system, so but it worked at the time. It did the trick at the time, and then as my skills have developed, I definitely gauge swatch now.
You gauge swatch now.
Yeah, the difference between.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the difference between like making a garment that looks good. I think you can make a garment and you can make it fit, but to make it actually look good and look professional, that's where the gauge swatch comes in.
Right. Yeah, my friends know that I'm not a gauge swatcher, so so I just don't make things that people wear. That's it. Like I make hats and scarves because it's just simple, and I make Amy, and so I don't have to gauge swatch. But I definitely want to do more in the coming years. And what tools have you used? You said, as you got better, what do you think you did to hone your skills and to get better at your craft?
Big thing that I did was just watch a ton of YouTube videos, honestly. Another thing that I've been doing more recently, as I got older, I have a little bit more like spending money. So I invest in different things. Whenever I get a chance, I always just like buy a little gadget. And you don't need these little things, but they do make your life easier. So 110%, like when I came across furls, I think my first purchase with furls was around 2019 as well. And to be honest, it was just, it changes your life. When you find a product that you love and like you can crochet for a long time and you're not getting tired and it looks great as well, like you can't lose. So I love it.
So what was your first hook from furls?
It was a streamline. I have actually lost it, so I can't find it. It's somewhere in my house that I just literally, the next time I move, I'm going to find it. I'll be like, that's where you were this whole time. I think I got a 4.5 streamline. Was it coffee?
Okay. Cafe. Okay.
Yeah.
That hook has been recently discontinued.
Yeah.
So I hope you find yours.
I know. I got to tear the house apart to find it.
So tell us about the pattern that you have in the magazine, in the October issue.
So it's called A Lofty Pair of Pants. I tried to be a little bit funny and cute on the name there. But it's just a really nice lightweight. Oh, I say lightweight, but depending on the weather, you can wear it in colder weather because I used mohair. But I also used cotton. So for me, I really wanted to experiment with the type of yarn I used so that you can wear it throughout the year. So it's just a nice, like, they're not tight or anything. They're loose fit without being too baggy. And the way they're constructed is from the waistband down. And then you do the one leg and then you go back to the top and join and do the second leg. So all done in the round. So it's super easy to make adjustments and modify where you need to and all that good stuff.
I love them. If you guys, I was just on my other screen looking at the pants. They are like these super cute. I'm always making pants for dolls. I've never made pants for real people. So any tips that you can give as far as the construction of it? Like legs always throw me off because I'm like, I want to make sure that I have the right count and that kind of thing. Any tips that you can give about making pant legs?
Probably the easiest thing is use a stitch marker. As annoying as it is to keep moving it up every row, it definitely helps make sure you're not losing like a last stitch or your first stitch, depending on where you have your stitch marker. Or you could use two, one in your last and one in your first stitch of each round. And you basically you're going round and round and round. So as long as you're not like, I don't know, doing something crazy at the same time, it makes it a lot easier to just keep your stitch count correct.
Cool. And the band at the top of the pants, is there any particular stitch that you're using there?
So it was just a slip stitch
Oh, okay.
in the back loop. So super simple. I love slip stitch in the back loop because for me that looks the most like a knitted rib. And where I am a knitter as well, I like to kind of make crochet things look knit and knit things look, well, no, I don't really make knit things look crochet, to be honest. But when I want to use crochet, I just use crochet, to be fair. So but I used, so for the majority of the pants, they're made in that little waistcoat stitch, which is like the knit look stitch
in the V.
In the V's, exactly. So it doesn't look too much like crochet. There's no like holes in it, so you don't have to worry about going out and being like, oh my, anything is on show. Exactly, yeah. Because your modesty is covered, like, and really because you do work down the leg, you can make it any length you want to make it. If you wanted to make it a little bit longer because you have a longer leg, like it's so easy to do that. If you wanted to make it a little bit shorter and, you know, it be like around just under the knee, so calf length, it's so easy to do that. So as long as you kind of make a note of what you do on the first leg and then do it on the second leg,
right?
Can you imagine? Because you have uneven legs. But yeah, and with this as well, I did put a cuff on the ankles, the same slip stitch as the waistband, but you don't actually have to do that. I do have a picture. I did like a mini shoot before I sent them over to you guys, where I didn't put a cuff on the bottom, and I actually love it both ways. So the cuff makes it look a little bit more casual, but if you want to go out and like make it a bit more dressy, just keep the legs straight and it looks really good.
That is so cool. What inspired the pants?
I made a similar design for the summer issue. I'm just trying to remember what they're called there. I think there was a Sunny Suzette shorts.
Okay.
So they were kind of like a shorts version, but I used a different stitch for the waistband and the cuffs of the shorts. So I really, when I was submitting designs for the winter issue, I was like, okay, it's winter. We all want some cozy trousers to put on. Like, I definitely want to submit something. And I've always wanted to make trousers, but whenever, unless it's like a commission, I don't always find the time for these projects.
Right.
So I was like, this is going to force me to do it and I'm going to be super happy. So yeah, I just like went ahead and submitted the design and then it was chosen. So I was like, yeah, really happy.
That's so cool. I'm so excited for you. I just love to see, you know, people doing things and definitely getting out of their comfort zone and going above and beyond. So congratulations to you for, you know, even thinking, you know what, I am going to submit. And I encourage those of you, my friends finally came and joined me. Everyone wants you to know that this is Victoria. She has a beautiful pattern in the October issue of Crochet Foundry magazine. It's a pair of trousers. You know, I get to get my London on today. It's a pair of trousers that I encourage everyone to please download if you have not already gone and purchased this edition of the magazine. You want it in your life. It has some amazing patterns in there, and these trousers are absolutely a must make. How do I size down? So let's say if I want to do a mommy and me kind of situation, because I know some of the folks who watch and who buy our magazines are always asking about like a mommy and me. How do I size down if I want to make it for a kid?
A gauge swatch. Unfortunately, yeah, you're going to want a gauge swatch. As long as you can find how many stitches that when you're crocheting, because everyone crochets differently, how many crochet stitches you get per inch in the same like stitch that I was doing in the pattern, then you can work out how many stitches you need for the child's like starting waistband, and then go from there. Really, I'm trying to remember, I don't think I did a huge amount of increasing for the waist, because where it's quite baggy, it wasn't like a skinny waist that went into wider hips. It was kind of like just straight. And then I think I did some decreasing a little bit for the legs, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So if you are doing a child size, you just essentially have to work out that first starting chain for the round. And then work out, you can actually just use a measuring tape when you think you've got to enough rounds for from their kind of waist to their like, I wouldn't say hips, it's a little bit below the hips, so where the middle of their bottom would be. That's where you're going to want to split for the legs. So I love Mummy and Me stuff though. That's like, it inspires me. I always try and do stuff for my kids and my husband as well. So if you see me on Instagram, you'll see them. They're always
let us know what is your Instagram so everyone can
just at in the stitch with Vix. If you do buy the magazine, all my info is in there as well. So yeah, like anyone who wants to make Mummy and Me stuff, if you need any tips, like, let me know. I think it's the cutest thing ever.
I do too. I think it's just so precious. And I haven't done a Mommy and Me with my daughter, but I just think it's so cool that people even go that length. And I also think that one day, Pam and Lorraine, I think y'all should do, and Crystal, I think y'all should do a Mommy and Me edition of Crochet Foundry. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, Crystal's design, the beanie in this October issue, has a kid size as well. So if you guys need like matching beanies, I saw Crystal's design has that.
Yes. And I just think it's so awesome that you can upsize or downsize. And you all know that the Crochet Foundry magazine is size inclusive. So there's something in there for everybody. And I love that. How many sizes did you do for your pants? Do you remember?
It was the 9 sizes from extra small to 5X. But again, if you gauge swatch, if you needed it to be smaller for a teenager or a child, or you needed it to be bigger, like, you can do, the world is your oyster, unfortunately, but you do have to gauge swatch just to get it right. I mean, you can wing it, but it's just going to make your life easier just to do that initial bit of work. Do your measurements, write down some notes, and then you don't have to think about it from that point onwards. You just
go. Keep going. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for that. I know my friends on here, they all know how much I love to gauge swatch.
To be honest, I feel you, because unless, like, if I'm finally getting the time to pick up somebody else's design, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to gauge swatch, but it makes all the difference in the world. Like, but sometimes you do definitely need projects where you don't have to worry about the gauge.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, question for you. Do you need to block the pants? Like, that's a thing too. So
with these, because I used a cotton, even though I used a mohair, it was just a steam block. It wasn't like a huge, like, you wet it and then wait for it to dry, roll it out kind of scenario. Because with cotton, you can get away with just hovering your iron over with the steam. Which I love. I love summer fabric, like, materials.
So what if somebody, I'm just, putting it out there. What if somebody wanted to make this in worsted weight? Could they make it in worsted weight?
Definitely, but you may just want to adjust the hook size. If you can get gauge with worsted weight, like, that's 100% go for it, because what I used was a sport weight and a lace weight. The mohairs, I think it's a lace weight.
Whew,
so
that's some thin yarn, girl.
Yeah, but when you work, because the waistcoat stitch, essentially, or what I found is that you want to size up the hook a bit. You don't want to go for the hook that's called on the band. So probably if you did want to just go for it, and I think, no, my tester used, I think she used DK, which is very similar to sport weight anyway. But you could either get away with doing worsted, but you might need to just adjust the hook size, or just use like a DK yarn. But because of the hook size, again, it doesn't take as long as you would expect it to if you were just doing like normal single crochets, which I love.
So you like tight stitches because you like, no, I'm not going to make that blanket. Do you prefer tight stitches over looser stitches?
It always depends on what I'm making. To be honest, sometimes you can get fed up of doing tight stitches for like a whole garment. It can be a lot. But if you're going for a certain type of look, you just have to persevere because it will be worth it. Like for these trousers, like this is 100% the look I was going for, where you wouldn't be able to, you can walk on the street, you could go anywhere and not worry about any holes or anything. So that I had to use like quite a tight stitch. But if I was doing like, I think I did a blog post for Crochet Foundry and I just used, it was similar to like the granny stitch, but I did it like a cover up. So it was, the stitches were much looser. So I like to mix and match, like one project do something tighter and then another project do something with a looser, lacier stitch.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at questions to see if anybody has any questions for you. We just always love engaging with our designers. Now, what hook did you use for this project?
Yes, I've got it right here. Although I'm never good at showing this on the screen. I always go the wrong way. Okay.
You're an alpha girl.
I am an alpha girl. I love alphas. I love alphas because they're so light. And I have small hands. So it's literally the perfect size for me. So this was a 4.5.
That's a
look
pretty
how
hook.
pretty that is.
That's a pretty hook. Lord have mercy.
Pretty.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I love an alpha.
You love an alpha?
Yeah, I love an alpha. I love an alpha.
I love
They're
that.
one of my favorite hooks because they are so light. So secondary to that, I do love a candy shop because it's also so light.
And
so
the smaller hooks are your
the smaller
preference.
ones. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, if I'm using a thicker weight yarn though, I do have some of the streamlines, which
yeah, love that hook.
I had some sets from the second. Yeah.
Nice. We love it. We love to hear it. We love to see the hooks and the yarn and the patterns and all the things. So October issue, and you've had past issues that you were in. So you all please check out In the Stitch with Vix. She is an amazing designer. So talented. These trousers are super cool. And one day I might make a pair.
You don't have to put pressure on yourself. Make them for like kids or babies first, and then once you get used to it, or dolls. There you go.
There you go.
And then you can work your way up to whatever's in your heart to do. Like I think because each project takes time. You want to enjoy it. You don't want to be like, oh, I would love to make that, but I'm not going to enjoy it. So don't bother making it. Make something that's you're going to be happy doing.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. I feel like any project that's going to take so much of your time, it should be something that you find joy in, because when you find joy in it, your shoulders aren't up like this and you're not stressed trying to make it. When you're having fun with it and you're able to binge watch something and, or listen to a book or something like that, and it relaxes you, then you've picked the right project. But if it's a project that's like stressing you out, don't do it. It's not worth it, because the love is not going to be in it, right? Like you're going to be cussing and fussing as you're making it, and nobody wants that. So good stuff. Thank you again, Victoria, for hanging out with me. Of course, we're going to give away a magazine. So I am going to ask folks, is there a pants emoji? I feel like there might be a pants emoji, right?
I don't know. There should be if there isn't.
Is there a pants emoji? If there's a pants emoji, you can put in pants, or put in a pants emoji, or you can type in the word pants in order. Yeah, there's a pants emoji. Thanks, Ray. Put in the pants emoji for a chance to win. And what am I giving them? I'm giving them October issue of the Crochet Foundry magazine. So go ahead and you can either type in pants or you can put in the pants emoji. I'll give you all like 2.5 30 seconds. I'll give you all 30 seconds. I know, right? I just went from like 2 minutes to 30 seconds. So come on in, put your pants emoji or the word pants in there, and then we'll do a scroll, 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 and we will pick a winner. Victoria, what are you working on right now?
I literally just finished just like a personal project for my sister. It's a knitted long dress, jumper dress thing with cables up the front. So if anyone does see me on Instagram, you'll see that in some coming weeks because I haven't got any pictures properly of it yet. But
wow,
that was a labor of love. I started that, I think, at the end of last year. Just finished.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay, please only enter in one time. Handmade designs, you done entered in 27 times. One time, y'all. Come on now, let's be fair. We just want you to enter it in one time. Folks are like, I want the pattern, I want the magazine. Yeah, I am really excited about that. And so cables, and you go with the knitting. One day I'm gonna learn how to knit. I have knitting needles, I have the circular, and I don't know what to do. One day I'm gonna get my knit life together, but today's not the day.
Not that day.
Today's not the day. All right, you guys can stop entering. I am going to do a scroll, scroll, scroll. And Victoria, you tell me when to stop. Hopefully it's not on somebody who entered 27 times.
Stop.
Oh, nope, I went up too high. Wait.
Oh.
Wait, okay, do it again.
Stop.
Oh, Daisy King. Congratulations, Daisy. You are the winner of an October edition of the Crochet Foundry magazine, where this amazing pattern is located. Please email support@crochetfoundry.com. That is support@crochetfoundry.com. Let them know that you are today's winner of this amazing magazine. Congratulations, Daisy. Thanks so much for tuning in. Yay.
Thank you, guys.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming into my last minute live. It was not last minute. Victoria and I had already planned this date, but me setting up the StreamYard, that was last minute. But thank you guys so much for jumping on. Really appreciate it. Hope that you all have an amazing remainder of your day. What time is it there for you, Victoria? Victoria's in London, y'all.
It's 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, so it's 11:30 in the morning here in New York. I'm going to use all my London terminologies today. I'm going to be an English girl today. Are you originally from London?
Yeah. Wow. Literally, yeah. So always in North London as well. So
wow, that's so cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you again for hanging out with me today. Hope to see you again very, very soon. I'm going to say goodbye to my friends, but I'll talk to you again. Hopefully you'll do another edition, another pattern in the Crochet Foundry magazine, and then we'll get to come on camera again.
Thank you, everyone.
I haven't had coffee, y'all, so excuse me. Thanks, Victoria.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye. You guys, Victoria is amazing. Please make sure that you follow her on Instagram at In the Stitch with Vix. She has beautiful, beautiful designs that she has done. She's been in Crochet Foundry a number of times, and we're excited for her future. One day, maybe we'll get some knitting needles and be able to have some of her knit patterns. Wouldn't that be nice? We do A knit foundry. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, y'all. Go and check out whatever is going on in the Furls Crochet world. I'm sure there is some kind of sale or something amazing happening. I know that we have some new things coming out in the next couple of weeks. So definitely make sure you are signed up for the newsletter so that you don't miss out on any of the amazing things that the Furls girls are doing. Make sure if you are working on something super cool to use the hashtag #ILoveFurls. Show us your pictures, show us your makes, and I will see you the very next time that I am live. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.